This is a demonstration of the new improved Room View plugin. Now, yes, the original version was never released, but that's because it had a bunch of deficiencies that needed to be fixed. And now I am showing here in this demonstration the improved version, which should be coming out very soon. So, what is the Room View plugin? The Room View plugin allows you to configure hide volumes around each one of your rooms, and then the plugin will automatically hide and reveal rooms as the party members travel from room to room. Now, the original version had a few deficiencies. One, it did not concern itself with all of the party members. It just looked at the last mini that was moved, and that would be a problem if the party splits up. If two different party minis go into two different rooms, it would only be showing the last mini that moved, and that means it would not be showing all of the party rooms. This has now been fixed. The other deficiency that it had was it didn't take into consideration foes. When foes move from room to room, that shouldn't reveal those rooms because, well, the party members don't know about those rooms. So now there is a distinction between party members and foes, so that only party members will reveal rooms. The way that is set up is based, again, on the mini names. The configuration for the Room View plugin has a list of revealers, is what they're called. Revealers is just a fancy name for minis that cause rooms to be hidden and revealed as they move through them. So in the configuration, you can list the names of all the minis that are going to be revealing rooms, and any minis that are not in that list will be considered as foes and will not reveal rooms as they move from room to room. Okay, so let's get started. So here we've loaded a room. If I look at the GM view, we can see that this is actually a hallway and 3 rooms here. If we go into our hide volumes, we can see that we've set up a hide volume for each one of these rooms. And currently, 2 of the rooms are hidden. The 3 rooms are hidden, and we're just showing the hall. So once we've got that set up, we need to initialize the Room View plugin before we can start using it. To do that, we need to open up our hide volumes menu. This is showing all the hide volumes that I've got. Currently, again, the hall and 3 rooms. Obviously, if you were doing a much bigger board, you'd have a lot more hide volumes. Now, while this menu is open, we press the key combination for initializing the Room View plugin. What that does is it gets the Room View plugin to read all of the hide volumes and to also look at all the minis to determine which minis are revealers and which ones are not. We just need to do that once at the beginning. You do have to do that every time you load the board. But again, it's just a matter of opening the hide view menu and pressing the key combination for the Room View Initialize. Once we've done that, we can go and hide that menu. It doesn't have to be open that whole time. Okay, so what we've set up here is I've got 2 minis here, which are party members. They're revealers. In the configuration, the default configuration has a John and a Jane as the revealer names. So basically, any mini that has the name John or Jane will cause rooms to reveal, and any mini that is not will not. So that's Jane right here, that's John, and then we have a goblin over here, which is not a revealer, so it should not cause any rooms to be revealed. So let's have Jane walk into room number 2 here. And you can see as soon as Jane entered room number 2, it revealed room number 2. Since John, who is also a revealer, is still in the hall, we also see the hall, but we don't see any of the other rooms. Now, if John, for example, goes to check out room number 3, then we can now see room number 3 and room number 2 because that's where our revealers are. The hall has now disappeared. If we go back into the hall, we can now see that Jane is back in the hall. So now we see the hall. We don't see room number 2 anymore. And we see room number 3 because John is there. Now, if we take our goblin over here, and our goblin goes into room number 1, for example, we can see that he's disappeared into room number 1, but because he's not a revealer, we don't see room number 1. So that's basically it. All of this is happening with really no configuration. The only configuration we need to do is set up the hide volumes in the first place. But beyond that, all of this is being revealed and hidden automatically. There are a couple little quirks. When you're passing through a doorway, if you're sort of in the doorway, it won't reveal the room right away, and your mini kind of disappears. But as soon as you step through, it corrects that. The other little quirk that you might notice is when a mini steps into a room that has not been revealed yet, because there's no floor yet, the mini actually drops down to the board level, and then when the room is revealed, that's corrected and it's pushed back up onto the floor. That may mean that this plugin may not work well with raised elevations. So like a second floor of a building, I'm not sure how well it will work with that. That's something that would need to be tested. But yeah, that's the basics of it. Now the party can be split up and there's no problems with that. And the enemies can run around in a secret and there's no problems with that either. So that's about it.